Don't know if I'm enjoying myself or not. It kills the perfectionist in me. But how cute. Hi, welcome to Tink and Frogknits. I'm Nat, and if you don't know me, I'm a knitter based in the UK. Today I'm going to be learning Intarsia, so I thought why not share the process and the resources and the pattern and what I'm doing with you all in a little project vlog. It's my daughter's 4th birthday next month and I'm making her a sweater. She requested pink and purple and rainbows and unicorns, so I tried my best to hit those criteria. I found the pattern, the Always Forever Unicorn sweater by Wool & Beyond, and it is the cutest kids sweater. It's an oversized drop shoulder sweater with a unicorn on the front, and the unicorn is done using Intarsia. You then embroider on an eye and the mane later. When I saw this pattern, I just knew that is the one, that is the perfect sweater for her birthday, and I ordered the yarn for it months in advance. So obviously I've left it until the last month to get it done. That's just the way it is. So for this garment, I'm using Drops Air, which is actually the recommended yarn in the pattern. Not something that I do very often because usually they're way out of my price range, but this is an affordable yarn. I've used it before, my daughter likes the feel of it, and yeah, I thought why not go for that. The colours I've got are Heather, which I think is colour 14, and for the second colour I was going to use Wheat, but I'm actually sending that yarn to America to someone to finish their Dagmar jacket. They've run out of their yarn, they need the same dye lot to make it perfect, and when they approached me and asked if they could have it, I thought, yeah, why not? I don't need to use that one. I'd rather send it to someone and know that I'm, you know, helping them out, and then hopefully at some point in the future when I run out of yarn, someone will pay it forward and help me find the dye lot that I need. So yeah, instead of Wheat, I'm now going to be using this one, which I think is called Pink Sand. And this is one of the colours that we picked up when we did my daughter's rainbow striped sweater. I'm hoping I've got enough here for the unicorn. I've got about 4/5 of the ball left. I looked on Ravelry and I think that should be okay. I think worst case, I will make the jumper a little bit shorter than the pattern suggests because I'm knitting like the age 5 to 6 sort of size. So I could probably get away with it being a bit shorter, but I think it will be okay. I have already cast this project on. I tried to do like a cozy autumn evening knitting with me, cast on my first autumn project, and I had some flowers here next to me and some candles because I went for atmosphere. I set fire to the candle, I set fire to the flowers. Well, they weren't on fire, but they were like smoking. I could smell them burning. So yeah, that video got scrapped. I guess I can put some footage of me casting on in this video. I think I'm cooking. Oh, just incinerating my zinnias. Let's move the fire. But yeah, I thought I'll cut my losses with that one and not bother. I have got to the point where I have to start the Intarsia. So, as I said, this is drop shoulder, so you can see here that I've done the back, shaped the shoulders slightly so it's not just a square, picked up for both shoulders, joined under the collar, and then knitted a few rows ready for my unicorn, and this marker is where the unicorn Intarsia will start. I've already added the collar because I just thought, let's get that done, see how it's going to fit, and I was kind of procrastinating from having to learn how to do Intarsia, to be honest, but yeah. You probably think this collar looks a bit weird because it's very short, and this is not how the pattern recommends you do it. The pattern does have a folded collar in it, but it's just a little bit longer, whereas I've gone for a very short one. It kind of looks like a tube more than a flat double folded collar, but my daughter's one of those kids who's just always hot. Like, she'll wear no coat in the depths of winter. She wants to wear her shorts in, you know, freezing cold rain in spring. So there was no point in me knitting it in a way that would come up higher on her neck because she just wouldn't enjoy the jumper. So I've gone for what she will actually enjoy and what she will actually wear, and that is a shorter collar. So yeah, I've done that. And this is where we are at. I didn't really share or bother filming any of this because it's quite just stockinette drop shoulder, not very exciting for you to see, but we are ready to start the Intarsia. So my plan for today is to add a lifeline on this row so that if I have to rip back because I screw up the Intarsia, I can do that quite easily, and then just get going and give it a go and watch some videos and see what happens. I'm sure that it'll be a bit scruffy to start with, but I keep telling myself it's for my 3-year-old, who cares? So it's fine, and it'll be a good practice. It's only 2 colours, like I've said. There's probably going to be 5 bobbins maximum, or strands or balls, however you do it. So hopefully it's manageable. I'm doing it in the round. I had some people comment on previous videos to say don't do it flat, and I did look into it and I thought I'm gonna try it and see and just do it in the round, because I just can't be asked seaming up the side later, which is really lazy, but as well, like, it's how the pattern says to do it, so I thought I'd give it a go. If I hate it, then I will rip it back and do it flat. But thank you for that advice if you did mention that it is a lot easier to do flat. You utilise German short rows to turn at the side, so you're working back and forth. So you're not actually working the round, but it is attached.
We did a lot of weaving and
I put it on the back, not the front.
Embroidery.
Literally row 1. I was meant to do 2 stitches and I've done 1. Already cocked it up. I think I'm just going to ignore it and just do another row with the 2 and pretend that's just an extra row. For goodness sake, Nat. So I've just been watching Knitting with Ev and her fall plans. She's one of my favourite YouTubers. I joined her Discord when they did the Tour de Fleece. Even though I don't spin, I just watch her videos and want to spin. So I've actually asked my husband for a drop spindle for my birthday. I think he's going to try and 3D print me one, and then I'm going to a yarn festival on my birthday, so I'm going to try and get some like really cool fibre to spin, so that will be exciting. I have made a mistake by using my whole balls, not little bobbins or strands, but here is where I'm at. Should I show you the right way? There you go, show you properly. So up till this point I've had 5, because obviously I've had like pink, white, pink, white, pink, but now I've joined, so the body or the head is 1. Why did I point at my head? You know what a head is, but the head is now like 1 piece, so I've got pink, white, pink, so it's a bit easier to manage, hopefully. I don't think it's looking too terrible. I ripped my lifeline out because I'm arrogant. But I pretty much had the perfect amounts. I had this much extra pink in my little strand that I cut, and I had this much extra white on one of them. So I'm pretty pleased with that, because I'm still a bit apprehensive about how much of this I'll need, so I want to try and like not waste it. I'd rather add extra, like have extra ends to weave in and just put new strands in, than cut something really long and have loads of odd bits. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna leave this here now. It's not looking like perfectly crispy at the edges, but I think that's just because I've not woven the ends, and this is what the back's looking like. It doesn't look terrible. I don't know what it's meant to look like, but I've been doing the little twists. The gist that I've got from the videos I've watched is always put your old yarn over the new yarn when you're doing your colour changes, so it traps it, and pull from the tangle. I've not done bobbins. For the 2 outside edges, I've been using my whole balls of pink, and I've just joined the whole ball of the white as well, which might be annoying, but until then I just used like a couple of long strands, and it just made it really easy to like pull it out and not get any knots, so it was fine, it was manageable. I'm being a bit anal, like untangling every row or 2 or 3, because I can't really deal with the mess, but that's okay. You have to embrace the mess. We have to embrace the mess. If you're making a mess, you're doing it right. Someone told me that. Which video was it? I will share all the resources, but if you're making a mess, you're doing it right, so it's fine, it's fine. So yeah, I'm pleased that I've like got started with it, and now I've got a nice like whole chunk up to his chin to do with just the 3, and then I need to finish the mouth and the body separately. Just looking at my chart without obviously showing it you. But yeah, I don't know if I'm enjoying myself or not. I usually love like doing new things and trying new things, and I am. The yarn management is a bit of a slog, but I think it's just one of those things that the more you do it, the more I'll get used to it. Like, I'm not enjoying myself. It's more just my brain is ticking away all the time and overthinking. So I think once I get into the groove, I'll be happier. And just to add as well that I will be doing just a few more rows of the chart, and then I'm going to start increasing for under the arms and then joining in the round. So that's when the Intarsia in the round, or as Anna calls it, seamless Intarsia, will start. So I imagine that will be a fun new learning curve then. So yeah, that's the point I'm at in terms of the actual construction of the jumper, not just the Intarsia pattern. So last night I did quite a lot of work on my unicorn sweater. I love knitting kids' clothes. They knit so fast compared to grown-up clothes, but I thought I would share where I'm at and what I learned last night. So here is where we are at. Not bad. I worked out that I have been trapping my yarn on the second stitch of a new colour, not the first stitch. I don't know why. I feel like there was a video where they did that and I probably didn't watch the whole video and just did that and then was doing it subconsciously anyway. I don't know why I was doing it, but I started doing it on the first stitch and it's much neater. And you can really see on the back how, oh, just give me a sec so I don't ruin my flames. You can really see on the back how much neater it is where I've been doing it on the first stitch, not the second stitch. So then I had to decide, do I frog back and do it properly from the start of the unicorn, or do I leave it? And I'm leaving it. It kills the perfectionist in me, kills me. But the face is quite neat. The back here is a bit messy, but that's all going to be covered with a mane. So I'm going to add rainbow yarn down the back as the horse's mane, all the way to the front here in front of the horn. So it's just the horn, and honestly, it doesn't look bad. Like, the effect of unicorn horn is fine. So I just didn't think it was worth going back to like not being in the round, back to flat. Plus I ripped out my safety line yesterday, didn't I? Because I thought I was doing fine. So yeah, I'm enjoying it a bit more now that I'm a bit more used to the yarn management. I'm back to 5. So I've got threads in the middle. Oh, I've got 3 balls attached to it, which is a mistake. But then for the middle 2, I've just got like strands that you can just pull out so it doesn't get too messy, not too tangled. So it's okay. It's a bit messier now because it's been shoved in the drawer because I have to keep this a secret from my daughter. But yeah, lots of fun. And I think we'll be on track to have this done for her birthday, which is the main thing. Hello, I am almost done with the body on my sweater. Now that I'm doing the ribbing, I seem to keep like accidentally doing German short rows when I or not even German short rows, just short rows, when I put it down, pick it up the next day and don't remember which direction I'm going in, or don't think about which direction I'm going in. Like, if I look, I can work it out, but I just knit and then have to tink back and sort it out, but that's fine. I'm about halfway through the ribbing. I have to decide what colour I'm going to use for the unicorn's mane. So I've got 3 options of sock yarns that I just already have. One is the Rainbow Sprinkles by Drops Fiesta, which I used for Goose's shawl. So a very bold, neon almost, rainbow sprinkle yarn. The second option is kind of the muted version of that, which is I think called Fairy Tale, which I used for some of my socks. And by socks I mean 3/4 of a sock. So that kind of, I think, goes a bit better with the pink, the palette of it. And then the final option is this, I think it's West Yorkshire Spinners Rum Paradise. So this is fingering, so I think I probably have to hold it double, but because of how this works, I could do like a proper rainbow fade across the mane, because it is quite like long sections, like that's all yellow to there, so it would be like quite nice having an actual like faded rainbow across the unicorn like that, but it is quite bright. So they're my 3 options. I've messaged the group chat for the tiny sweater knit along, and I hope that someone will tell me what to do, because I hate making decisions, but lots of fun. I think to do the mane, it's like just using a crochet hook through the top of the stitches along the back here, so easy enough to do if you know how to ladder down and fix your knitting when you do it wrong or drop a stitch. But yeah. Finished the knitting on the body and started doing the Italian bind off, and I was like, oh my god, this is great because I don't have to have quite as long as a piece. This is still crazy long. I'm not very good at judging how much I need, and I always go, I'll just have extra, and then I end up pulling like 30 meters through. But yeah, but I realized I have no idea how I do the Italian bind off in like a nice continuous way in Intarsia. And I searched it in Google, like Italian bind off Intarsia, and there's not really anything. There's a video on how to do it neatly in the regular bind off, so I'll share that in the description, but that's not what I want to do. I searched on Instagram and I saw where people have done it in this sweater in particular, but I didn't see any tutorials, so I have to wing it. Like, I could message people that have done it, but I'm impatient and I want to do it right now. So yeah, I'm just gonna wing it. I think it's a knit column in the ribbing, so I guess after I've done the like knit off the stitch, like knitwise off the needle, and then just start purling through the second stitch with the new colour. We'll see. I mean, it doesn't really matter. And this is the back side of the unicorn, so it's on the back and it'll be covered in the mane probably, so it doesn't really matter. So this is my practice go, we'll see. But yeah, I was just doing it and got like halfway through this section of pink and thought, I don't actually know how to do this. I'm also casting off from the back side, which is probably not optimal. I'm happy to report though that I do still remember how to do the Italian bind off. Okay, I switched my colours and you can see there what I did, and there's like one of the legs of the V on the bottom of the rib off that is pink instead of white. I think that's because obviously before you go in knitwise into your stitch to take it off, you go knitwise into the stitch before it, so I guess that's the one in the next column. But I think I might just pretend it's not a problem. I think it looks fine. It looks fine. Nobody cares. Like, I'll pull it tight when I weave in the end and then it'll be like that. All good. I don't know what the optimal way to do it is, but this is tolerable. And that's all I ask for in life. I just want things to be tolerable. So yeah, I'm just going to finish binding off the body on this now. And then I guess it's just sleeves. I've already done the collar. It's just sleeves and mane and embroidery for the eye. I've got some like black acrylic, like crappy yarn that I used when I was doing crochet, so I could use that for the eye. I'm not sure if that'll be too thick. I'll have to experiment and see, but that will be fun. And yeah, very excited. I feel like it's gonna be really difficult for me to like not give her this before her birthday, because it's still almost a month away and it's just so cute and I really want to see her wearing it, but I'll be strong. Maybe I'll give it to my husband to like hide, or maybe I'll wrap it up as soon as it's finished, so it's like wrapped and ready for her birthday as opposed to just staring at me like, oh, so cute. So yeah, but I really can't wait for her to get this. I think she will love it. The body is done and bound off, and I've even woven my ends. You can see how much better my Intarsia twists are when I get to like below the foreheady horn part. So I'm really happy with the fact that like I learned and did it properly and did it better, and yeah, I feel like confident to do maybe slightly more difficult projects, like try that. And obviously if it was for me, I would want it to be perfect. Not that I don't want it to be good for my daughter, but she doesn't care. So like I use her as my like guinea pig for practicing techniques, because I know that I can get away with things being a bit messy. So yeah, I feel like excited to try some more Intarsia in the future. And I did not have to worry about not having enough of this yarn. There is loads left. I've not weighed it yet, but plenty. I can even go and put this back in my stash. I thought that I'd have pretty much used the entire ball and not had any left, but go back to the drops air bag. Just a quick update to say that I have a sleeve, almost. I still have to do the ribbing, and I don't know why I'm finding the ribbing so painful. Like the whole sleeve, I basically knitted it in one day, yesterday. And then I got to the ribbing and my little tiny circular needle was just too tight, so I had to go to DPNs. And I don't mind doing DPNs, but for some reason, I'm just finding it really, really, really sloggy. Sloggy a word? It's a slog. So yeah, but one sleeve done, so I've just got the other sleeve to do. Well, one sleeve almost done. I'll finish it. I need to do like 8 rows and bind off, and it's like 40 stitches, it's barely any, so it'll be quick when I do it. It's just, I don't know why, part of me's like, ugh. But yeah, I'm so pleased with how this is looking. Like, isn't that just the cutest thing? And I'm quite happy with how I've done the ribbing and the bind off. I think it looks quite neat, and I've woven all my ends. So yeah, I've actually done really good progress, and then I get to work out how to do the mane, which is very exciting. I will catch up with you again when I've finished the second sleeve and started the mane. We are so close to being finished. We have a body, we have 2 sleeves, and the most exciting addition, the mane. How good does this look? I am obsessed. I kind of wish that they had a adult size so we can match, but I could probably work it out and do it. But yeah, so the knitting is done. The mane, I didn't film myself doing any of that because it was like dark really late last night when I did it. I did it double, so you just crochet it on like I've said previously. The pattern recommends like a thick blown Aran weight yarn, and this is a DK weight sock yarn, so it's a bit thinner. And when I did one in each knit stitch along the back, it just looked a bit thin, so I added a second one on top, and I think that was the right choice. I don't think it's going to be too heavy and pull it down or anything. I think I need to give her a bit of a haircut. But how cute. So the plan for this sweater now is to block it this weekend, because my daughter is staying at my mum and dad's house. So while she's with her nana and granddad, I will block it and be able to like lay it out nicely without prying eyes. And then I'm going to embroider the eye on and we'll be done. And then I'm going to like immediately wrap it up so that I don't try and give it her before her birthday. But yes, very pleased. In total, I used just over 3 balls in total of the drops air. So that cost me about £11. I think it's £3.70 a ball. So really good value. I haven't weighed how much of the drops fiesta I used, but not a lot. Yeah, very happy. And can't stop staring at it. I think I chose the colour for the mane really well. It looks very like cohesive and beautiful, the colour palette. I just think, oh, I'm obsessed. But yeah, very, very, very pleased. And I'm pretty sure it's going to block and be a really good like oversized fit for my daughter. She's done. I think I might need to give her a little haircut at the bottom there, but her eye is on. Objectively, this isn't perfect, but I think it's perfect. I think she's very, very sweet, and I know that Goose is just going to be obsessed with it. I'm going to wrap it up beautifully. I think I might use like the yarn colours that I've used on it as the bow, so she knows that that's her knitted present, because she knows that I'm knitting her something. So I think that'll be a nice little touch. And yeah, I'm really pleased with it. I'm really pleased with my first Intarsia project. I have learned a lot. I think I definitely want to try something more challenging with more colours and more motifs and more shaping it so that I get more comfortable with it and work out exactly how to do it and stuff. Whereas this one was really good though for getting that like fundamental getting started, learning what I was doing wrong, learning what I was doing right, and yeah, just giving it a go. And I think it's gone really well. The details on this jumper are really sweet. The Intarsia Unicorn 3D mane embroidered eye combo, chef's kiss. The folded collar, always a beautiful touch. The like Italian bind off in the Intarsia pattern, great, looks pretty good. I think this is probably the neatest I've been picking up my stitches for the sleeves. All the like the direction of the knit stitches is the same. You know, sometimes you pick it up and the V's are going that way, sometimes you pick them up, they're going that way, and I don't seem to ever be able to master that, but this one, they're all going the same way. Really pleased. The German short row turns from doing it in the round or seamless is the messiest part of this. That is definitely not pristine. It's not crazy noticeable. Like obviously there is a seam there, but it's not a, you know, deal breaker. It's not ruining the pattern for me or anything. I think that it's my messiness, not the pattern's messiness. I'm sure that other people would make less of a whatever you want to call this out of it. But yeah, overall very, 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 very pleased. I hope it fits really well. It blocked out really nicely. It was 10 centimeters smaller when I knitted it, but when I blocked it, it just was the perfect measurements. I pinned it slightly because this yarn has a tendency to like grow a lot and then when it dries go in weird ways. So I pinned it in a gentle way, because if you pin it too, like if you try and block it too aggressively and pin it, you'll get lots of almost like scalloped edging where it dries and goes. So I just did a gentle pinning to keep it nice and rectangular. And yeah, I think it is wonderful. And I know that this is going to be a hit on my daughter's birthday. If you enjoyed this little project vlog, then do remember to subscribe and then you'll catch all my future project vlogs. I've got colourwork, cables, brioche coming up. I think the colourwork is probably going to be the one that's done first, but we will see. I'm a very erratic knitter when it comes to my whips. I will knit something solid for a week, put it down for 3 months. So who knows when things will be done. But yeah, I have lots of plans to like vlog the process, learning lots of new skills and making lots of beautiful garments. So I hope that you'll be here with me to watch that. Have a wonderful day.